My name is Nick,
I'm Zach.
and this is 321 Presents. Roll the music. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Welcome to another episode. In fact, episode number 30 by my count. And a lovely, nice round number that I thought deserved a little bit of a special attention this week. What I thought we would do this week, Zach, to start things off, we've been trying to expand the reach, get some bigger numbers going, some more ears listening to the pod, right?
Indeed.
So I thought, the advice I got in Catholic school was fake it till you make it. And no, don't hang with me.
I'm trying to breathe. I can only imagine the nuns. Listen here, little children. Just fake it till you make it for the Lord.
This was from my high school religion teacher. Thank you very much.
Yep.
It has to be good information, good advice.
That's
So what we're going to do today is take a little inspiration from some more popular podcast formats.
Alrighty.
Is the transition I'm trying to get us to here. And you know what those big podcasts always love to do is read some drama from the internet.
I like it.
So I have curated. Now this is, I will say, in doing the research for this, I have to give them a little bit of credit because you see, there's a lot of the reading the Reddit threads, reading the Twitters.
It's wild what happens out there in the world.
It is, but it's also very difficult to actually filter out the just complete bummers and nutcases to like the ones that are kind of actually interesting to talk about and have like some discussion over, or that are at least entertaining.
That is actually, I've never seen anything like that. It's always going down sort of a bummer route or just an absolute nutcase.
Yeah, so I've done my best here to snag us a question from AITA Relationships. I don't know if you know. Are you familiar with the acronym?
I am very familiar with an acronym. I actually went to a show last night where the acronym was very, very apropos.
You got to see the pros in action. So you're right in the headspace here. So let's go ahead and answer this question. AITA for telling my boyfriend my cats are more important. Any immediate feelings on that one before we get into the details?
Initial reaction is, hey, sometimes it just be that way.
Yep. Hello, everyone. This weekend, I had been hit with this drama that I'm really sick of, and my best friend suggested I post here, hence the throwaway account. To start off, I, a 26-year-old female, have 3 cats. Each one I adore. I have a 6-year-old tuxedo named Oakley, and a brother and sister brown tabby duo named Kai and Naya, both 2 years old. I also have a boyfriend. I'll call him Felix, 27 years old, who I've been with for the past 6 months. So right off the bat, those numbers do not add up, right?
Nope.
The seniority certainly.
Well, I mean, just from initial. I'm glad you're the one doing this because your boy can't read.
I knew what the rules needed to be here.
Yeah. But two, can we had like the title, and I took an SAT, ACT long ago. So did you much longer ago.
Sure.
Importance is here who I am. These are my cats, and then it's boyfriend.
Who will call Felix? The cats, make sure you get their names down correctly. Tuxedo Cat, Oakley, Kai and Naya, brown tabby duo brother-sister pair.
Also, again, if you're going to make a throwaway account, maybe not use the actual names
identifiers
of your actual cats.
The cat's identities are a little less important for compromising. You can't steal a cat's social security number.
No, but it's still like what if this person's scrolling on the Reddit? Why do you have a throwaway
If
account?
quote unquote Felix is like, wait a minute, my girlfriend has an Oakley, a Kai, and a Naya.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah. So let's find out where things went awry here. Felix has been coming over more often and is beginning to get annoyed with the cats. They mostly ignore him, but they, especially Kai and Naya, are usually attached at my hip. He complains that he can't cuddle me on nights he stays over because the two are almost always curled up against me, on top of me, or in my arms. And that is kind of all the cuddle spaces. So that is a valid complaint there, we'll say. Shutting them out isn't an option because the few times I did, they wailed, and Felix then complained he couldn't sleep because of their crying. So I ended up just suggesting we stay at his house then, but he doesn't want to because he has roommates. That, and I refuse to stay more than a night without going home to care for the cats.
Yeah, you need to go care for the cats, especially if you don't have the funds for an automatic feeder and water dish and all those sorts of things.
Even the level of attachment, and then this already tells me this is like a person who is definitely thinking of her cats doing the wailing anytime she is away from them for like more than 6 hours probably. But we'll finish up here. This all came to a head this weekend. He came over, we had dinner, watched a movie, and were heading to bed when, like clockwork, Naya and Kai come and curl up next to me. Felix finally snapped, I guess, and told me he couldn't keep doing this and that the cats had to go.
Nope.
I immediately told him, absolutely the F not, and that I'd choose the cats over him every time. I have had them for years, Oakley since she was 1.5 years, and Naya and Kai since they were 7 weeks. In addition to that, Oakley was one of the last shreds of an older cat of mine I still had. And that's a weird little tack on there, not really relevant to but anyway. He asked me, are you really choosing the cats over me? I told him that if he was going to make me choose, that yes, I was. He got pissy and stormed out, and when I told my mom about it, she told me I wasn't wrong for choosing the cats, especially considering the experience I have from losing 2 very important cats from when I was younger. But I could have worded it better, and I was a bit of an asshole for how I told him. But when I told my best friend, she was on my side 100%, telling me Felix was being an insecure ass. So now I'm conflicted. I've gotten 2 completely positive reviews from people close to me. I don't know what to feel.
Well, I imagine this person who's posting this on the throwaway account with very specific cat names. I imagine they're like this kind person, not used to being so forward and having such conflict.
Yeah, very confrontational.
But I mean, friends and mom are all right. You're not in the wrong here at all.
Yeah.
My guy, 6 months in, you're trying to make demands here?
It's a bad look. The last line. I've tried to message Felix to talk, but he's not responding. Was I really an asshole in all this?
Nope. Good riddance. Adios. We will catch you on the next one. There's the guy on the internet's with the giant red flag that runs across.
Yes.
That he's out there running right now. He's tireless through the whole story.
Yes, absolutely. I am in full agreement. Within the 6 months, you should have gotten to know about the relationship with the cats. Clearly, it's a pretty important part of your partner's life here. And then, any sort of understanding of that relationship, you would not then be like, it's got to be me or them.
I mean,
there are steps to making yourself more personable to the cats.
This thing was kind of a little bit doomed to fail. It kind of feels like they're a little bit different people, and there are the different people. There's the people who have the pets, and those are more than pets. Those are the children, the babies, and all that. And then the people who are, these pets are just animals, sort of types of people. Not to say that they're wrong, but they're wrong. If you're that person with the other type of person, it's just not going to work out for you.
Exactly. Yeah. Different experiences and not compatible at all. Yeah. Very good. Well, that was kind of fun. I see why that's a popular format. I've got one other little podcast switch up for us to try here. You know what the other popular podcasts like to do is play Dungeons and Dragons.
They do.
It's pretty crowded in that market, though, so what I've decided to do is we're going to play a little bit of a spin-off that I am tentatively calling Dungeons, Diners, and Dice. So let me get your dice here.
Oh, boy.
We've got the tower, and I'm going to DM you through a quick little round of Dungeons. What did I call it? Dungeons, Diners, and Dice.
Well, where's my Guy Fieri I don't. One, it's snowing outside, so that's not going to work for Guy Fieri. He don't do the snow, but I need my Hawaiian shirt, my blonde hair.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that you're not completely thrown off guard here, I figured, and you and I have played some dice-based storytelling games before. I have a lot of unused assets from those games that we have never come to a conclusion on. So I figured why not put those to good use today, and we'll get you going back with a character you know and love from our pandemic Dungeon World games, Marcus.
Marcus, I forgot about Marcus.
Marcus, who I have gone ahead and ported over out of the Dungeon World system into a more D20 or D&D friendly format. Run down his main 6. Those are kind of the main modifiers we need to worry about. And tell me if you disagree with this assessment. Of our strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, I said Marcus with his angelic, holy, blessed form, peak strength and peak constitution. I've given him a +2 to strength and a +1 to con. He's neutral on dexterity, not a plus, not a minus. And then in terms of the personality ones, he was raised full of holy wisdom, +1 there. A little bit of a country bumpkin, so a -1 intelligence.
Not very smart now.
And we're going to go neutral on the charisma. You have that angelic form and that raw gravitas, but you, again, country bumpkin.
Yeah.
Not well traveled in the world.
Looks good, opens mouth, hurts a little bit.
Never know what's going to come out. Fantastic. Marcus, now that we've gotten you statted out here, I invite you to return to a world that you have been exploring with a group of adventurers after the pilfering of a holy relic from your hometown church during a festival that has led you on a wild ride of caravanning and finding magical portals that transport you across time and space and wandering into fey jungle puzzles. All of these wild events landing you in a sort of stupor here that you are rousing from as if, coming out of a medical procedure or something. And you find yourself at a familiar location, the Crossroads campsite, one of the first stops on your journey. A sort of cross between a bed and breakfast and truck stop diner, all rolled into one, serving this little sort of minor highway of traffic in this sort of quiet region of the world of Myria here. And you are familiar with this location. You've stayed here a few days in your time. But for whatever reason, this maybe is not the exact same version of that Crossroads campsite that you have, that you remember, because it seems, as you come to, that you are actually here as an employee, and it is under the expert care of the half-orc siblings Rebus and Thea, who run things here. And they seem to, Rebus, who is the brother, he has a sort of pulled back black ponytail and a little long sleeve shirt and vest combo going on. And he seems to be in a bit of a huff. He says, "All right, Marcus, I know it's a little crazy, but you're in charge today, okay? Me and Thea have to go. So that is our setup here, and we have a few rolls to get out of the way before we find out exactly what situation you find yourself here. Go ahead and give me a D6 roll to start, please. And that'll be your classic cube-shaped die.
You know how wild it is that it's like you wake up from coma and walk into a restaurant and they're like, "You, sir, you're in charge today."
Yeah, absolutely. What we got there?
We got a 4.
A 4 on the D6.
Also, this is like my worst nightmare. I retired from the restaurant industry long ago, but I feel all the PTSD and anxiety coming back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, on a 4, we're going to say that it is, we'll call it the equivalent of a Thursday night.
Not a Friday or a Saturday, but
Yeah.
it's still a little busy.
Ramping up a little for sure.
People don't want to start cooking now.
Alrighty, and we're going to do another D6 roll for me, please.
6.
6, fantastic. And then we're going to take a D20 roll.
2.
2.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Alrighty. Marcus, as you look around the inside of the Crossroads campsite facility here, it is, as I said, a sort of cross between a bed and breakfast in the sort of cottage style of the exterior of the building, but functionally the bottom floor is a truck stop diner. There is a sort of back kitchen area with a counter that acts as your sort of window for service and the cashier stand as well. And you see that there are about 12 table setups, 4 tops in general.
That is not going to be enough.
Yeah, it's you see, you're doing a little mental math on like, got to turn these things over pretty quick.
I'm not a very smart man, but that don't feel like enough.
Yeah. And as you look around this building, you see, actually go ahead and give me a perception check here. A D20 roll, please.
What kind of first off, what kind of tables are we working for? I know we're talking about 4 tops. Are they like 2 tops pushed together, or is it just a
we're thinking
a standard 4 toplets that's all put together?
You've got like 6 booths on the outside, and then the middle section is 2 tops pushed together. A little bit of modularity, but some hard limits on a lot of it.
There's nothing worse in the world than having a booth when you're not the customer in the restaurant. That's a 2 as well. We're doing well.
Interesting. As far as you can tell, you are the only person working here today.
That is not ideal.
Yeah. And the door opens, a little ding-a-ling of the bell as you see your first party roll in. Go ahead and give me a D6 roll, please.
We got a 3.
Perfect, a 3. You see a group of 3 walk in. And what do you do?
The first thing I am going to do is I'm going to greet them. Hello, patrons. Welcome to Marcus's Tavern here. How can I be of assistance to you?
Wonderful. You head up to greet, and as you do that, you actually hear a little, a small voice call out from somewhere down below that you did not see before. A very small halfling girl, maybe like 3.5 feet tall. Pops her head out from behind. She's just like the perspective you were standing at. She was standing next to the hostess stand, and you just couldn't see her behind it. She says, "Oh, Marcus, I'll help them to a table. Hi everyone, my name's Kelly. Thanks for coming in. Let me 3 of you? Okay, right this way." And she leads the party of 3, and these 3 that you see come in are 3 teenage boys, various sizes. The one in front, a short fellow in a yellow T-shirt with very thinning hair that he has slicked back. The fellow behind him, wearing a kind of long cap and shorts with thick nerd glasses, and then the third compatriot of the group is a very tall, muscle-bound fellow with 0 neck. Just goes straight from ears to shoulders. And he has about 1 inch of flat top hair on the top of his head. You recognize these 3 from earlier they are actually residents of your hometown. These are the Ed boys, Edmund, Edward, and Edwin.
Ah, yes. The Ed boys. My coma. It's just everything's been so different. I forgot about the Ed boys.
Indeed. So they take a seat. Kelly directs them to one of the booths on the side. Go ahead and give me a 2d6 rolls, please. All right, add them up.
10.
10. Fantastic. You go over, once they have taken a look at the menu, you get the cues that they are kind of ready to order. Go ahead and run me through that, taking the order here.
First off, how much do I remember about the Ed boys? Me, as Zach, does not remember very much. From what I know about the Ed boys, at least who they are based off of, Ed boys don't got a lot of money.
Yeah, for sure. I think, Marcus, you would also know. No, Marcus, you would know that at least 2 of the Ed boys are employed at your hometown. Whether or not that's going to be a ton of money, you're not 100% sure, but they do have 2/3 of them have a reliable source of income.
Okay.
Fantastic. So yeah, they look like they're ready to order.
Ed boys, good to see you again. I'm going to take Bible Hammer, of course, because Bible Hammer never leaves.
Yep.
I'm going to tap it on the ground as I greet the Ed boys and say, how can I help you? And then I'm going to take, wait, I forgot. Does anyone have a paper or something to write on? And I'm going to go look for a piece of paper or something to write on because ain't no way I'm going to remember these orders.
Okay, fantastic. You are able to find a pad and paper, or a pad and pencil. There are supplies here, despite the fact that you are apparently shorthanded. Come on back with your pad in hand.
Yep.
They
place Bible Hammer down and then put pad on top. How can I help you, Ed boys? This is my tavern for the day. We're trying something new in town.
Edwin, who is the nerdy one with his long cap, says, yes, thank you, Marcus. We would like 3 waters, and then we will take, let's see here. We will actually be splitting one of the dinner specials.
Okay.
Please and thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Fantastic. And now, unfortunately,
before we do anything,
yep.
I would like to first go to the host stand and say, hello, fellow compatriot here. It seems like we're working together today, and this is my tavern for the day. I don't know why, don't know how. We don't ask very many questions, but could you please be of service to me and grab them boys over there some water?
Kelly smiles at you and says, "Ha, Marcus, you're so funny. Yeah, I can get the waters for you."
Perfect. And now I'm gonna head back, and I assume I was heading to the kitchen where I'm gonna find hopefully someone there to cook.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
It's a 4.
Yeah, unfortunately, you do not find any other employees still. It is an empty kitchen. Fortunately for you, though, you are stocked with ingredients.
Do I even know what the dinner special is?
That is a great question and brings me to a second point here that at any point here for naming the food, those are open opportunities for you to earn inspiration points to get rerolls.
Perfect.
So I did not have a dinner special in mind just yet, but we can figure it out as we go. You find a stocked but empty kitchen and have an order for the dinner special. What would you like to do?
Interesting. Where is this stop, if I remember correctly? I think we're in like woodland areas type of thing.
It is a clearing amongst a 4-way intersection, essentially, of these caravanning roads. And yes, you are. It is largely forest areas in the surrounding area.
I imagine there's some like boar or hog in the fridge, and maybe we'll do some like potato and carrots, and it'll be the Thursday night. We'll say it's chop night. Why not?
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, we'll go ahead and give you an inspiration on that one. And go ahead and give me a D20 roll. I mean, technically this is sleight of hand. You don't have a dex bonus, though, so it's just a flat
I
d20.
think I have some athleticism, but that I don't know if that helps.
Athletics is not cooking.
But I gotta have the hand-eye coordination, you see.
You're only cooking one dish right now.
Ooh, that's a 20.
Hey, a nat 20. Yeah, Marcus, for whatever reason, this all comes perfectly naturally to you.
My eyes close and I let the goddesses
Yes.
control my body.
Exactly. And because you're a good, faithful boy, she does. And you are ratatouilleed with holy energy through the making of the Thursday night shop special.
I'm almost certain Marcus probably never cooked a day in his life, so this is going well.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know. I watched everyone else do it at my old church, but it doesn't seem that hard. So yeah, perfectly, and with no hiccups, with no in really speedy fashion, you have the Ed Boys order ready to go. As you finish that up, you hear the ding-ling-ling of the bell at the door again. Go ahead and give me another D6 roll, please.
I hate a D6. These tables are not big enough for the 6. Speaking of, this is a 5.
Ooh, fantastic. Yeah, you hear Kelly out at the front say, "Hi, welcome in. Table for 5? Yeah, absolutely. We've got room right here in the middle." And she begins to seat them in one of the middle sections, turns what was a 4-top into 1 2-top and a 6-top now.
Kelly, I wouldn't have done that, but that's neither here nor there.
Indeed. So you've got the Ed Boys food and new customers. What would you like to do?
Is the Ed Boys food done?
Yeah, nat 20, you knocked it out perfectly, like in almost faster than the pros would think it's possible.
Perfect. Then I'm going to go deliver the Ed Boys their food, walk out with their Bible hammer in hand. Of course, I have my pad hooked onto somewhere on my utility and deliver. Go, here you go, gentlemen. And then I'm going to walk over and greet the next table. Hello, folks. Welcome to Marcus's Diner or Tavern. The name keeps changing. What can I help you guys with?
Yeah, and you see arranged around the makeshift 6-top here. It's actually kind of good that Kelly pulled the table for the 6th spot, because one of these people is taking up basically 2 spots by themselves. He looks almost like an ogre in like tattered kind of purple vest and brown pants, is sitting at the end of the table, and then with him are 4 kind of shady, surly-looking dudes. You see a dark elf, a tiefling, a dark dwarf, and then a human who seems to have a lot of face and body paint, and you can see a lot of that because he's wearing basically a loincloth.
Okay.
And so those are the patrons here at the table before you. Let's go ahead and get a D. This is the 2d6 roll.
$12.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, they let's see here. They look up, and it is actually the dark elf who speaks and says, "My companions and I are ready for victuals. We will take whatever you serve to us. 5 orders, please."
Okay. Anything to drink or just food for you gentlemen?
We will take waters.
Beautiful. Okay, that'll be coming right up. I am then once again going to leave the table. Gonna go ask Kelly, hey, can you grab them boys some water for me, por favor, please? And then can I pop my head outside of the diner and see if there's maybe a food cart sort of situation or people out there that maybe that I think I'm going to need some help in the kitchen here.
Sure. You look out the door, and it is a weird sort of the perspective you see really boggles your mind. It is as if the Crossroads campsite is floating on a disk of land out in a black void of ether. And out beyond your line of sight seems to just be nothingness. You're not actually particularly sure where these people are coming from or how any of this is working.
Beautiful. I love it. Not ideal, but okay. I am interested to see where the owners have gotten off to here.
Don't worry about it.
All right, perfect.
Fantastic. So, you've checked your surroundings. You seem to be in some sort of liminal space outside of the world as you understand it.
Beautiful. How far are the Ed boys into their meal?
They have, between the three of them, horked it down pretty quickly. They are looking like they're already on the scraps of the plate now.
Beautiful. I'm going to go approach my Ed boys and say, good news, gentlemen. Glad we town folk out. How do you guys feel about cooking?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check here. With your plus nothing to charisma.
17.
A 17, fantastic. You see that the smallest of the three, who is Edmund, looks at you, kind of gives you a little bit of an eyebrow and says, throw in 3 desserts and you got yourself a deal.
Perfect.
Fantastic. So with that, you have now turned your first table into working employees. Fantastic. And you have an order for 5 chef specials to be whatever you'd like.
Perfect. What is it? Edmund, Edwin,
and Edward.
Which one's the middle one?
Edwin.
I'm going to leave Edwin, and I'm going to look at Edwin and say, you, give me 5 of the same thing, whatever it is. You can figure it out, I assume. Leave these other 2.
Okay, so you're just going to send them to the kitchen?
Yep.
Fantastic. Go ahead and give me a D20 roll. We'll call it a luck check.
16.
16. All right. Fantastic. Well, then that is going pretty well, actually, as far as you can tell. It sounds like Edwin is pretty used to.
If he's double D, he knows science, and from what do we know, cooking's just science.
It's very intuitive to him in terms of process, and it seems like he's got a pretty good handle on how to coerce his comrades to stay on task or at least minimize their chaotic and destructive nature.
That's on par for a kitchen, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Let's see here then. So the Ed boys took care of food. We'll call that 16, how they did on that. So after a good 15 minutes or so, surprisingly enough, you see the 5 plates come up on the window. What would you like to do?
I would like to grab. I'm a pretty big person. I feel like I could carry at least 3 plates pretty easily. Grab 3 of the plates and deliver them to the table, and then go get the remaining 2 and deliver them to the table. Carrying all 5 feels like a lot for my first day on the job.
Okay, give us a D20 roll, and we'll add your strength modifier.
15 plus 1, 16?
Plus 2, 17.
17.
Yeah, that goes perfectly well. It's a small little building. The benefit of not having a big footprint in the room, it's not a far run to get things out of the window.
We like that.
So yeah, that handoff goes well. You take you get the first 3 and then take the second 3. Kelly has distributed the waters as necessary. Yeah, that's all going great. Let's go ahead and get 2 D6 rolls, this time separate numbers for me.
Got a 4 and a 2.
4 and a 2. And sure enough, the bell tinkles again as more people are coming into your establishment. Surprise, surprise, a group of 4 and a 2 top coming on in. And we'll go ahead and sort of abstract this last half of the run here, but go ahead and give me, let's go ahead and take a D20 roll.
Okay.
What'd you get?
17.
17, fantastic. Then let's see here. So, the 4 top and the 2 top. Let me find who we had here. You have a for the two top who got sat in the middle at the now used deconstructed four top from before. A couple of satyrs, kind of short, squat one and a tall, lanky one. And then for the four top group, that is a group of halflings comes in. Four sort of older. It looks sort of like one of those when old guys get together at McDonald's early in the morning, but they've come for the Thursday night dinner special instead. Short little group of guys. They take a booth as well. And that we'll go ahead and roll through and saying that between the coercion of enlisting the Ed boys, putting Kelly on drink service, and your very strong ability to take these plates back and forth in a very quick manner, the service is fine. It's great. And let's go ahead and see how these tables finish up. We'll hit the five top with our bunch of baddies here. Go ahead and we'll say that because of they knew exactly what they wanted coming in, which was whatever you would serve them. Service was great. They have a +2 to their customer satisfaction, which means give me 2 D20 rolls. We'll take the highest, and that'll be their tipping percentage.
Would you ever just go into a restaurant and be like, give me whatever?
Depends on the restaurant.
We got a 4.
Unfortunate. And that is the one mechanic I am trying to fit, obviously we're game testing here on the fly, but this is one that how if you do a good job of serving, how can I make it so it's more likely that the outcome on the tip is good?
I mean, I feel like that is fair if you get the advantage on roll.
The five top, unfortunately,
sometimes people just be cheap.
They covered everything, but it is it looks like some pocket change that they left as the tip on that one. Let's get another let's see here. We'll say similar for our other two tables here. The two top also has a +2 to their customer satisfaction, so we'll take another 2 D20 rolls.
13?
13's pretty good. That's a sizable. That's a cash tip there. That's some folding money.
I don't know what is what. I've never run a place before. Maybe if I got pocket changes in cash money, I'd be like, we've hit the lotto here.
Yeah, everything's rolling up. All right, and then for your four top, let's see how they did. Another 2 D20 here.
17.
17, yeah.
And it makes sense as the service goes on. I'm sort of figuring it out.
And the older halflings, they understand the game a little, and they're ready to, put a little more in your pocket. Fantastic. Well, then that is a great evening of service. Things are going well. Now, you do have the Ed boys and their dessert to take care of before we end our little session here. So let's go ahead and get you back in the kitchen because you can't have the Ed boys make their own dessert.
Damn.
It's a good idea, but no, they're like, all right, we're ready.
Perfect.
So go roll us another D20 here.
11.
11. You found some ice cream, and that's easy enough to pass off as a dessert.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. And I think overall, very strong service today. Reese comes back at the end of the evening and says, "Great job, Marcus. I knew I could count on you."
Where even am I?
You're here at the Crossroads campsite. And, great day, and we'll do it all again tomorrow, right? See you for lunch service in the morning.
Where did you go? Where'd you come from?
And with that, he just sort of waves you away as he heads up the stairs to the quarters where he and his sister both have bedrooms. And that has been a lovely edition of Dungeons, Diners, and Dice.
I was about 2 seconds away from trying to get some servers on the roster.
Yeah, for sure. That has been my fun little food-based D20 game. Yeah, your 2 on the luck check really kind of gave you the hard mode in terms of juggling all the. If you gotten like 10 or above, you would have had staff.
No, I did have staff. I got staff.
You created staff, which was very good, very clever. Well, fantastic. So yeah, that's a fun little D&D spinoff that all my experience with podcasting says is a great turn and way to get audience.
I haven't seen one that's like actually in a diner sort of like food setting, which is honestly a little surprising because so many people, especially on the D&D podcast at one time, have been servers or whatever.
Oh yeah,
as like a little off time.
Tons. I mean, it is probably like what you experienced. Too close to home and too traumatic to actually be fun to play.
I think that's a little bit fun for like the Dungeons and Dragons piece of it because it gives it a little bit more realism in this fantasy life, a little bit of groundedness.
Yeah, absolutely. I will definitely keep tinkering with the concept here. Some rough edges that we can clean up, especially could have some more food prepared, actual like food names. But what are you gonna do? I came up with this idea earlier today.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Very good. Thank you very much, and thank you for indulging me in some fake it till you make it. Try and be like the big podcasts.
I like both of those segments. I think those are very good segments that we can add on to or spin off or do whatever with them as we continue along. And who knows, maybe just some episodes will be dedicated to such things as just little spin-offs. I think it's a fun way to mix things up. Yeah,
it could be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic. Well, back to regular scheduled programming. If you're still with us on this 30th 321 Presents. We did say last time when we kicked off or left off that we would have a report from our weekend adventure at Trading Card Con.
Weekend adventure in a bunch of different places. Trading Card Con, you, of course, went to go see the people who you continually give free promotion to and your money to.
The Dropout Improv Tour, and Smosh came to town as well.
Smosh came to town, and
Twice
I was there.
Was also here on the same night as Dropout. So
Twice was here. John Mulaney was here.
John Mulaney broke Red Rocks. I don't know if you saw that. There was like some snafu with the parking situation, so like they were backed up all the way to 285 and like that's a few miles back.
That is, you gotta fight. I'm fighting somebody.
Yeah, it didn't sound fun. But yeah, very, very busy week. Highlights for you?
Highlights for me, I mean, Trading Card Con, of course, because I'm a collector, but night at Smosh last night to sort of get the new out of the way. I haven't been to a show I haven't been to very many like sort of events.
You're not a live theater performance guy.
Not for the most part, but as I continue to get older and with my partner, she likes to go to all the live things. Everything is much better in live, at least in her experience.
It's a much different experience to listening to recordings.
It is. It's also weird because for me, like when I'm listening to like the Smosh reads Reddit stories, I'm listening to this usually as my like sort of nighttime routine. It's like, don't fall asleep.
You're right. Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, they did a really good job. It's an interesting year because it feels like a little bit more of a year or an era where improv is starting to sort of kick off again, which is why Smosh is sort of kind of doing on the up and up again with Ian and Anthony doing their stuff. And then, of course, Dropout doing their whole shindig over there.
It's very interesting because I think the value with improv in this current media atmosphere is that it's very low cost for production and very easy to pick up and travel with. So you don't have to make to make a big production out of improv is still relatively a cheap production in terms of like putting a show on.
Yeah, I mean, compared to like the concerts where we got to bring the stages and then all the lights and stuff and the people to run the stuff, it's pretty quick and easy and dirty. And I found
you're inherently relying on the audience's power of make believe. Essentially,
yeah, it's kind of crazy now that we are in such a place now where you have people who are very improv based or some sort of like podcast based that can go on these tours and make these things happen, which is a crazy turn of events from just being like one of the top podcasts where you're in a studio somewhere listening to now you get to invite the audience to be along on an episode of something that they're sort of dedicated listening to.
Yeah, and it's two completely different skill sets as well to make a good recorded show versus making a good live performance that is entertaining and whatnot, because recordings get the benefit of time and editing and planning and multiple takes, and improv is just like, nope, here it is. This is it. Hope it was good.
Yeah, there is.
And it's quite a skill.
There's no deletes, no takebacks.
Yeah, very impressive the amount of talent we have in that industry right now.
The one thing I found interesting is Smosh being who they are and as big as they were. They didn't have like any merch there at their show or anything.
Dropout did the same thing.
Which
I was like, I'm ready to drop money if they want.
But the one thing Smosh did is I think I found it interesting is instead of having the merch there, they gave you a promo code and a discount so you can go online and get whatever you want from their site with a discount code. And they do have a bunch of their like live stuff, which I thought was interesting and also is sort of a low budget thing. You don't have to carry all this stuff with you.
Again, in terms of the production side of things, it really simplifies your whole loadout if you're not loading up and unpacking and repacking merch all the time.
Yeah, and you don't have to guess as to how many.
It's one less employee.
Do I need to bring with me? And what if these things sell out? What's going to be hot or not?
The infrastructure, like in the theater, it was one of the smoothest experiences I'd had, like in getting 2 seats, getting out of the building because there was not a merch table clogging things.
Yeah, you were in
the walkway.
Paramount, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I went to Belco. I've never been to Belco. Paramount. I went to go see George Lopez there a couple years ago. Paramount's an interesting theater, and I think I've also seen Ghost the Watcher Boys.
Oh yes,
and they're ghost hunting there as well, which was fun and also kind of like a little bit of an improv-y thing, but interesting for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, very interesting to see like that new format of performance because even when like the McElroy brothers came through on tour, they would have a merch table that was only like 3 or 4 items to kind of keep things moving that way. So it was simple, but
it's interesting. Well, like between the two of them, both Smosh and Dropout, as we continually give free advertising here, I mean, both of them are kind of benefit to one. They already have sort of their online stuff, but they're making money elsewhere on like the YouTubes and stuff where merch isn't like for the tour doesn't really mean anything. The one thing I found interesting that Smosh is doing for their live tour is that in each stop that they go to, they're also partnering with a foundation or
like a nonprofit.
Yeah, for that certain area. Yeah,
that's a fun idea.
Like for the show they did, that was their kickoff was Feed the Rockies, and they throw the promo code up and they have people donate there.
Nice. Yeah, that is a great way to also fold it into the areas that you're visiting. Fantastic. Yeah. So that was the weekdays, and then a full weekend of Trading Card Con.
Yeah. Before, I mean, be wrong. How was your dropout experience live and in effect? Because you are, I mean, as diehard as anyone gets, and to see the listening to their podcast and watch it on TV, but to see it live.
Oh yeah, no, I loved it. Had a great time. Like after about halfway, my cheeks started to physically hurt from the laughing so much, in a good way. But yeah, because again, the Dropout show was very much just like long form improv games, essentially, that they were running with like this cast of greats. Kurt Maloney with an excellent job hosting the show, of emceeing and being the Sam Reich of the event, essentially. And yeah, it was interesting because it's, again, all the performers of the shows that you know and love from Dropout, but it was all 100% like unique games, and a lot of them are just from improv tradition of like those are just games all improv troops play, but works every time. It just gets silly, and
the fun thing with improv is you can play the same game over and over again, and you're never going to get the same result.
Yeah, completely different vibe every time. And they went 2.5 hours straight, no intermission, to my surprise. So, yeah, it was a great show.
Good to hear.
Yeah, and then our big weekend event, the Trading Card Con at the Sheraton downtown, which that maybe was my one big note of in terms of location. I would have loved 200 more square feet just to let everything breathe a little. But I know that's not the standard for convention layouts.
Depends. I mean, this is. I don't know if they've ever stopped here before. I think they did last year as like PokeCon potentially, or Collecticon. I forget which one. But I mean, finding a location depending on timing and all that stuff. The one downfall they have is they were also running counterpart to our local card show that also decided to schedule that weekend, which I thought was
busy weekend for the card scene.
I thought was insane because you're kind of losing half your audience one way or another. The Denver card show is technically a free show, but you do have to pay for parking. Versus here, I know wasn't free, but technically, if you can find parking or your way to get downtown, it's like
Theoretically,
Yeah.
that part is covered.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also that you lose you lose some of your loyal vendors to the other guys. So you don't want to have
It's
one
definitely
weekend.
bad to make them try and like split attention, because not hardly any of those operations have enough like employee and manpower to do 2 events in the same weekend.
For sure. But the one when I have gone to the local one here, the big one, the Denver Card Show, you have the benefit of the Western Stock Show, which I think is the perfect venue to hold
It's the
like an
big loop,
exhibition.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have a couple different halls in there, but they're in the bigger one now where you probably there was more tables at the Sheraton though than is usually over at the Stock Show, but you have a little bit more room to breathe and walk and maneuver without getting all jammed up in one place or another.
Yeah. And that's just venue dependent. I'm sure cheaper to get into the Sheraton one conference hall type of thing.
Yeah.
But overall, like, so for me, considering that this was kind of my dipping the toes back into the card scene.
Yeah, I was about to say, how is it for you going from this game where you were collecting them and trading them as like playing the game as a child to now these things are little collectible pieces of art that adults spend insane amounts of money on? And
yeah, there was definitely a little bit of overwhelmingness to the first go round and the big numbers on some of the cards in terms of price. But overall, like, there's just something that hits in the lizard brain of people just right to just walk through rows and rows of people with all their shiny metal hollow cards on display and whatnot, and just look at them and go, ooh, that's very fun. The turn, so yeah, as I have mentioned on the show before, I had just been getting the digital trading card game app and doing those. And the thing I liked about that was that it was, scratching that itch a little without any like repercussions, essentially.
Yeah, at low to no cost.
And now, getting back into the physical world, there are some monetary stakes involved. But that being said, the high is so much better on ripping real packs.
I can't do the. I personally can't do the real packs. It's too scary for me. The risk versus the reward is not enough. That I would just rather go.
Yeah,
go
it's
hunt
pretty
down
wild. I did 15 packs at that con and didn't really hit for much, which is pretty par for the course, probably.
Depends on the pack. Each series has a different like hit rate and what is good or not there. But it's just not enough because I feel my luck just in general is not super great with getting the high quality thing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're rare for a reason.
They are.
I think that was one of the fun things though, is like while it was 93-95% Pokemon themed, it was still fun to see, even amongst that one niche property, that there's like so many different flavors of collector and like what people are going for, that there's kind of a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it'd be interesting to take you to the Denver Car Show now that you kind of had your toe dipped in, because that one is different in, I think, a way where it's not as much. It's probably like 75 to 60% Pokemon, and then you have the sports cards and all these other type of stuff that you didn't get to see yet.
Sure.
The last, I can't even remember the PokeCon. I can't remember what it's called even now. Now these days, not PokeCon.
Trading card con.
Yeah, Trading Card Con.
Gotta be more inclusive. Even though, there were only like 2 tables doing sports cards, and
there's like one that was a sports card. There was dudes selling his 3D prints, someone selling gold along with his Pokemon cards, and then of course the One Piece cards are coming back in. There was a few tables out there as well.
A couple other anime series with some cards, some DBZ going around still.
Still some DBZ stuff. Gundam is brand new, so I assume that will get a following here sooner than later once people sort of get the high or know what the hits feel like in there.
Yeah. But yeah, my takeaway though, it was still very fun, if not a little physically exhausting doing all the laps around. But I came away with a new binder full of much more like when I looked at my collection of cards before, once I had them like all eight, I was like, this actually isn't that much, that many overall. And now it feels like, oh yeah, it's actually a pretty good little collection I have now with some guys I really like.
Yeah, the biggest thing of like, there's a bunch of YouTube stuff now today, and a lot of people who just make a living just off of ripping packs and showing like the hits they get and whatnot.
Yep.
Two of which are sidemen who are part of a big YouTube group together that they've been doing YouTube for since it almost feels like the beginning, since 20. What year is it now? 26. So 2013, 2014 is when they started to really pop off, just as a unit. But the one thing he always says is like, I like to talk about like the monetary value, but the important thing is like, if you think the card is cool, the card is cool. It doesn't really matter what the price is on the card.
And that's kind of the mindset you fall into once, at least on day 2. That's where I was just like, do I want that card? Like that card seems appealing to me because, and it's not like necessarily because it's a super rare card. Just like I like that little guy, or I like that artwork.
Yeah, I'm do the same.
This
thing.
is a cool set. I want to kind of start getting all of them.
Yeah, I'm the same way in at least my collection. But there are so many people out there who are just in it for the high of getting that big hit or whatever the monetary value is, and they throw away all of some of our favorite little guys to not being valued probably what they might be worth, or who knows.
But that is the thing that I do like seeing, is that in the Pokemon fandom, almost every card has a value to someone. Like, even if it's not like a real popular thing, there will be one person who's like, oh no, I'm collecting every single one of this Pokemon that I can.
There are some interesting people out there in the world. One of which has there's a couple of which have Instagram channels where they only collect one card.
Yeah.
One of which is the Dedenne girl, where she is like, I think a large majority of the English versions of like a specific Dedenne card.
I saw one of them who accidentally bumped the price of them by like 300% because she's like, look at my collection of all of this one specific card.
And they hold a large majority of them.
Yeah. Some wild things like that. The other one I was thinking of is like the people who will make the fun dimensional like card art where they like cut up several different layers.
That one scares me because they always go for that. Maybe not the big hit, but they're using. It's not a nice cheap card.
Yeah, they need like 15 of them to make all the.
You need at least 5 or 6 of them guys to do what you're doing, and you're just gonna chop. Oh.
And make them into a pretty little art piece.
Yeah. No.
Fantastic. Before we run out of time here, I do think it is important. We'll be coming to you from Monday of next week when you're listening to this. So round 1 of both of our playoffs will have already commenced by then. So we'll give a maybe round 1 preview here for our playoffs. Before we get to playoffs, though, I will knock out some end of the year hockey notes. It did take until the very last day of the season to get all the seeding set, but we do have our playoff field. The big sort of question mark coming into the offseason for just the league in general, was this the end of the Ovechkin era?
It didn't. From what I saw, no one is sure. Because he didn't. The biggest rivalry in hockey, at least for the past 20-some years, has always been Ovechkin versus Crosby. Both being on the East Coast over there, almost damn near next to each other.
And there was a little bit of hullabaloo made about his last trip in Pittsburgh. Sid and Malkin both kind of hung out with him a little extra around that game. But at the end of the game, when the Pittsburgh players were going to go do like the line of handshakes at the end with Ovi, he waved him off. He's like, I don't want to.
Which makes a lot of people feel like he's going to come back at least for one more year. I assume he has probably one more year in his contract. I Well, I think there are like levels to this again, right? So there's the NHL, which is like the Premier League, and then you can come over to the MLS and go hang out there.
Yeah.
I think that's very possible for what he is doing at his age.
That's for sure that the KHL does not demand as much of you, but he is still going to be like 43.
I mean, he's...
Even Yager only made it to 53.
He's not going to play that many years. Finish his years like maybe I'll play a year or 2 in the the KHL, which I think would be cool.
Yeah. Any end of year basketball notes before we cover playoffs?
I mean, there was the biggest basketball note, at least for the end of the year, was there was a lot of hullabaloo about the 63 game or 65 game restrictions. Some players went and had to advocate and basically throw down.
Because there's a minutes component as well.
We'll get into that.
Okay.
So Luka and Cade Cunningham both were technically labeled ineligible because they didn't meet the game restriction or the game.
They didn't play 65
limit. Yeah, or that they needed to hit the game minimum that they needed to hit,
Mm-hmm.
and they petitioned and said, "Hey, we played more than enough minutes to qualify." And Adam Silver was like, or the NBA commission, may not be Adam Silver himself, but like, yeah, sure, you guys are eligible for whatever all of the years were, which is interesting, right? Because we have players like our own Bruce Brown who played all 82 games, but is ineligible for any of the awards because I don't think he didn't meet the minutes restriction, which is a wild one.
Yeah, that is the same wrinkle that I saw and was very confusing. That a player who was in all 82 but coming off the bench, not eligible over guys who were under the 65 game number. There's got to be an either or, like multiple factors or something to.
I think it's hard to do both. I think the minutes is like the best answer. You need to hit a certain number of minutes because, like, Luka had, I think, 100 or something more minutes than what he needed to be eligible for, but didn't meet the games restriction. It's like you can't have a qualifier. I think the minutes is the right way to go for, at least when we're talking about like all league and things like that.
Yeah, I could see the or like a percentage. Like, did you play X percentage of the season?
I think that's the way they labeled it.
Yeah. Very good. Well, then let us discuss. And while we're talking about the Nuggets and basketball, let's just head into those playoffs. We are facing the Timberwolves, as we had been thinking.
We are. They are not the same Timberwolves we have seen in the past. They are different because I think they've missing some key pieces. Not that they're not going to be hungry and they're going to be a challenge. I mean, Anthony Edwards always gives us a little bit of a struggle, but the way Naz Reid has been playing hasn't been the same, at least for the dude we've known for the past couple years. And not having Cat there kind of hurts a little bit because it doesn't feel like Julius Randle's a great exact replacement for him. He can do some of the same things, but not at the same level of quality. For him, the outside shooting isn't nearly as good, but banging inside, he's much more physical, which is fine. We are fine being a physical team.
I was going to say, just roster to roster, you kind of like the depth on the Denver chart a little better.
Yeah, I mean, especially for the last couple games where we've been playing mostly bench players and Jokic needed to get his 15 minutes in. But we've looked fine. Like, everything's gone according to plan. Like, no one felt out of place.
And
even Zeke Naji.
Incredible. Wild what a healthy roster can do.
Indeed, and we are getting healthy at the right time.
Then, and
ending the season, I think, on a 12-game win streak or something like that.
Great momentum for the most part. Yeah, kept everyone healthy. Pretty ideal end to the season.
Indeed.
And then any other first-round matchups you're looking forward to or keeping an eye on?
Not really for the most part. I think, like, the first two matchups, the Thunder and Spurs, are, like, sort of whatever. For like, I think they're going to steamroll whoever gets there. And then we'll probably end up playing the Spurs, which is fine.
Spurs
the East is, I think, going to be the most interesting piece of the bracket because, like we've kind of talked about, it's a little bit more of the wild, wild west over there. Like, anything could happen. Like, if Cade's not ready to play in the first round, they're going to struggle with whoever is. Well, if the Hornets make it there, that's whatever. But I expect them to play against the Magic, who we know are a tough team from last year. They have also had a little bit of the injury bug going around this season.
Yeah, the big question marks out there in the East. And then, I don't know. The West is, kind of, is ours the most, like, competitive match?
The Lakers and the Rockets, I think, will be interesting depending on what happens. I don't think Luka's quite been cleared to play. If they don't have a Luka, I think they're going to struggle pretty mightily over there. Thunder are going to roll whoever is over there, Suns or Warriors. I don't think they compete. The Warriors might have a chance because sometimes Steph is just magical. And
yeah, I was going to say, he already popped off in the play-in, didn't he?
We haven't had the play-in quite yet. But
I could have sworn I saw one of the matchups already. It was last night, maybe?
One of them did happen. The Trailblazers won that one to get their spot against the Spurs.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't think they're going to compete.
No, that
very
doesn't
well
sound
with-
like a very
with the
good
Spurs.
round one, for sure. Well, fantastic. So we'll have more round one coverage after we actually know what some of the game outcomes look like.
Yeah, and we finished all these play-ins. Everyone's favorite time. Play-in. Especially, I think, since today might be the last day for some of those guys, especially since we're starting to kick off our first games tomorrow, as we're recording here on a Friday.
Yes, Saturday kickoff for the Nugs. Having to share the space with the fellow playoff-bound Avalanche.
Crazy that, you guys will have home advantage. The Avs will have home advantage all the way through.
Yep.
Nuggets aren't going to be so lucky.
For a little while, at least. No, it's going to be Spurs right away, huh? Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Unfortunate. Well, ain't that just the way round one? We do know who the Avs are playing as well for Sunday afternoon to keep our lovely scheduling.
The audience doesn't see it, but I'm rolling my eyes and head and all that. Why are we still playing hockey and then when this, like, if the sun is still up and not even close to going down?
I believe we are going to be the kickoff of Sunday's triple header.
You're gonna tell me it's like an
games.
11 o'clock start or something too.
1 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's
I mean, that's
us
a 3
and
p.m.
LA. We're actually gonna have the LA games are gonna be even later start for us. That'll be fun.
Yeah, there's no real
when we
winning.
go to the night.
No real winning there.
But yes, we will be playing the LA Kings, who for the first time in 5 years will not be playing the Edmonton Oilers in the first round of the playoffs.
That is insane.
They were 0 for 4 in those attempts to get past the Edmonton Oilers. So kind of a good news, bad news for Kings fans. You don't have to play the Oilers this year. You do get President's Trophy Cup winning Avalanche.
Did they make it? Oilers?
The Oilers did make it, yes. They stayed afloat in the Pacific. They will have a showdown with the Anaheim Ducks this year.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna go well for them.
The Ducks probably are not ready to take
Especially
on
if
David.
they're out there taking out knees and things.
Yeah. They have a few young bright spots out there, but not really a full roster. Don't count out Edmonton's ability to flub that up, though. That's still always a
I think
possibility.
Anaheim's gonna take that one actually.
Oh, you think so? That would actually, that
don't
would be
think-
considered an upset, but
Yeah,
it's definitely on the table.
something about like what Edmonton has felt like and looked like this year does not feel like good hockey
I think
from an outsider perspective, at least.
definitely the regular season looked bad. There is going to be that like playoff, just I don't know, oomph factor. Guys start actually putting in 100% this time of year now, so that's a factor to look out for. Our other Western matchups, the real highlight, of course, is the travesty of having Dallas and Minnesota in the first round and not being like
I mean,
a
good.
semifinals, a conference final.
I think that's good for us as Colorado fans, bad for hockey.
As Avs fans, for sure, we are happy to see those two have to duke it out just to see who survives, because that is by far the two scariest teams in the bracket to me. And then our other matchup in the West is the Vegas Golden Knights and the Utah Mammoth, who I don't want either team to win.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think both Golden Knights have kind of been bad in
They
recent
just did
history.
the coaching change up at the end of the year here.
And the
which
Mammoth,
has been working out for them, unfortunately.
is this the first season as the Mammoth, as they are the Mammoth?
Second year as the Mammoth, first with the logo.
Okay, yeah, they haven't been very.
It would be their first time to the playoffs in a while as well. The Coyotes were not there anytime recently.
No, they've not.
Although, fun fact, owner of the longest playoff drought in the NHL now belongs to the Detroit Red Wings.
Womp, womp, womp.
Because over in the East, the Buffalo Sabres locked up the Metro Division. They're playing Boston. We've got Tampa Bay playing Montreal. Carolina against Ottawa. And the real highlight on the East is going to be the Battle of Philadelphia, Flyers versus the Penguins.
or Battle of Pennsylvania.
Thank you, that one.
Can we just get the Lightning out? I mean, do we really have to like? I have a feeling the Lightning are going to end up in the finals again. And
yeah, they have Corey Perry.
Yeah, which is just get him out early. I don't. Why are we doing this?
I mean, Montreal taking that would be a huge upset, but Tampa has looked vulnerable. But yes, looking to our matchup in particular, the Kings You don't want, again, you can't take anyone for granted in the playoffs, but we match up very well. This is a team that relies pretty heavily on their top six. Can't really match us D for D. The goaltending is always going to be the question mark in these series.
Who's in their net?
They are running a duo of Anders Forsberg and Darcy Kemper.
Oh, yeah.
Our old pal, who had been...
Does that man have... I've never heard of a man with two last names.
Darcy Kemper.
Well...
Anton Forsberg. In Sweden, they're not last names.
I've heard of a man with two first names, but two last names is crazy.
A little bit. That's the real X factor to me. If the Kings goalie decides to steal a game, that might be a wrinkle, but for the most part, we have officially the Rocket Richard winner, Nathan MacKinnon, most goals this year.
What an interesting name for a trophy.
That was his nickname, Maurice the Rocket Richard.
Yeah, but it doesn't make it any less wild.
It's a great name. We have Marty Necas put up his 100-point season for the first time in his career. Brock Nelson played his 1,000th game earlier this week. And the Lumberyard officially recognized with the William Jennings Trophy, which goes to the team with the best overall goaltender group save percentage.
I think that's an interesting thing to do.
It's good for us because it's the only recognition we're going to get. Because we did such an effective A-B tandem, neither one of our guys are even getting considered for the goaltending ones.
Yeah, I think that's
because they're 10 starts behind all the other players. With the same number of wins, I might.
In today's hockey world, though, how often are you going to find like a workhorse goalie? Like we've kind of talked about.
There's like three of them, yeah.
It just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. So we get the kudos for having assembled the best duo by far in the league. Although there are some close ones, and the Kings might be up there in that conversation. I would say probably Minnesota is. Oh, the other goalie who I don't know how I've gone this long in the season without calling him out. Rookie standout for the Carolina Hurricanes this year, Brandon Bussey.
I assume he was acquired from the lottery that was Mikko Rantanen.
No, I think
or were they just bad enough that he just kind of fell there?
I think he's just been in the pipeline. He was part of their farm system before any of the Rantanen dealings. But yes, he made his debut this year and I believe set a record for rookie wins or something, at least for Carolina, if not league-wide, and was a huge part of them taking the number 1 seed out east.
Probably league-wide. I mean, it's the worst job to have as a rookie, if I had to guess, is you don't want to be a rookie goaltender. Like there is no...
The toughest thing is having that like incredible rookie year and then setting that precedent.
The sophomore slump.
Yeah, it's... Because that's what Dustin Wolf did in Calgary this year, where he had a crazy year, drug him to the playoffs last season, and then this year Calgary was just hot garbage because he couldn't be an all-star every single night.
Ain't that just the way? Sometimes the gloves work and sometimes it's not.
Apparently. But yeah, that is the playoff preview around here. And then before we take off, we do have to catch up with the Rockies tracker. Rough week for both of us. We gave them too much credit. I
thought we would still 1-1, but I had too much hope.
Yeah, between a 4-game sweep at the hands of San Diego and taking 1 out of 3 from Houston, it was a 1-for-5 week for the Rockies. So no winners this time around.
We hit unfortunately we got caught up. We hit the peak.
Maybe. We are still pacing ahead of the still worst team in the league, Chicago White Sox.
It's kind of a dumpster fire between
It's
them
a
and
low
us.
bar, but so far we are clearing it. Looking ahead to next week for predictions, we are looking at a 4-game set with the Dodgers at Coors Field, and then the Padres come to town for 3. So of those 7, how do you think they're going?
Dodgers and Padres.
We just got swept by the Padres, and the Dodgers are the number 1 team in baseball with 14 wins. Which is double our number.
How many games we counting for again?
7. 7 games before we record again.
1-6. I think we're going to steal one from the Dodgers just because we have that magic. Ooh, are we here against the Padres?
We're here all week, yeah.
Okay, 2-5 then. I think we still won from each of the teams. Surely the Padres can't sweep us twice in a row. Surely.
Interesting theory. I don't think they're gonna go 3-3, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the 1-6.
I think it's gonna be 1 or 2. 3 is not happening.
A 3-3 split would be incredible.
2 and low is it's in that. That's the sweet area. I just don't know which one it's going to be.
Yeah, well, that's the game. So we will find out next week if one of us gets a hit again. So far, for the season, Zach, you have 1 week correctly predicted out of 3.
It does not help that the next week they went on to go sweep a series. What's wrong with them? They don't. Yeah. That's not what they do.
Yeah, very wild. So we'll see. You might just win this whole entire season 1-0.
No. This is the week.
Okay, you're gonna put another one on the board.
They have to beat the Dodgers once because that's like everyone's gonna get hope again, and then we're gonna be sad because they slapped us 15-0 or something the next day afterwards. And then I don't believe we can get swept by the same team twice in a row after we've just seen them so recently. It feels like it's a very hard thing to do. To take 6 in a row, that's insane.
It would be 7. It was a 4-game series.
That's even crazier.
Well, I hope your assumption of how those things work and the baseball gods don't laugh in your face. But we'll find out next week. So I think that is everything I had for us on this week's episode.
Perfect. We'll cover some of the WNBA stuff next week. I think there's some stuff that I'm gonna wait to see how it plays out and stuff like that. But we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, the market's still shuffling out over there. We had a draft.
Yeah, we had a draft, and that's probably the most interesting thing that has happened besides all the massive contracts. Of course, AITA getting the biggest. And then I think next week, maybe we can discuss a little bit about maybe the Montforts are looking to sell a little bit more.
Yes, that we can dig deeper into the Penner Group's future with the franchise. And I also have some media reporting to catch up on next week as well. I did take in that Malcolm in the Middle reboot, but we'll dig into that when we have some more time.
Took in the very last episode of Scrubs.
Nice.
Very good. But thank you guys for coming along with us on another episode of 321 Presents. If you have not done the following or the subscribing or the rating, what are you doing? Just hit the button. Give us a little review. If there's stuff you liked, let us know. If there's stuff you didn't like, let us know. Leave a comment anyway. Just let us know you're here. Thank you guys for coming along. Of course, I've been the co-host of this one, the player of the games. My name is Zach, and along with me is my mastermind, the man with the switch up, Nick. And we will see you guys next week.
Adios.